Coverage interviews, we want to talk about the gun control measures, Initiative 594 and 591, which are on the ballot. Joining us now, Cheryl Stumbo, who survived the 2006 Jewish Federation shooting in Seattle. She's a supporter of 594 and joins us now on the KXLY Live Line. Cheryl, good morning.
Good morning.
So just in a nutshell, is there a way to describe the difference between 594 and 591?
Well, sure. Basically, they're diametrically opposed to each other. 594 would make it so that Washington State has universal background checks, meaning that every time someone buys a gun, whether it's from a federally licensed gun dealer or from a private seller, that you go through the same background check. So everybody follows the same rules when they buy a gun, and that makes sure that anyone buying a gun in the state of Washington legally would not be a convicted felon or a domestic abuser or somebody who is so severely mentally ill that they're adjudicated and involuntarily committed. So it's taking our existing background check system that has existed for almost 20 years and applying that across the board to all sales, whether they're at a licensed dealer or through a private seller.
And critics will say it's kind of a moot point because the folks who are committing crimes with guns aren't going through legal channels to get the guns.
Well, that's kind of like saying we shouldn't have any laws because criminals don't follow laws. But we know that when we put laws in place, for instance, for traffic safety, that most people follow those laws, and that does save lives.
Talk about what 591 would undo.
Well, what 591 basically says is that the state shouldn't have any right to put in place its own laws around gun responsibility and gun safety. It would take our existing background check system and roll it back so that even fewer people would have to go through a background check to buy a gun.
Sure, realistically, it's not going to happen, but I suppose since they're both on the ballot, it's possible. What happens if both of these pass?
Well, the answer to that is we don't know. We've never had that situation in Washington State where two initiatives that conflict with each other directly have been on the ballot at the same time and have passed. So we don't know for sure what would happen. Probably it would go to the courts.
Yeah, probably members of the Supreme Court are hoping that doesn't happen because it'd be another thing they'd have to deal with. Cheryl, we appreciate your time this morning.
You're very welcome.